But we haven't quite done what it told us to do. At least not all that it told us to do, because it says, look at your world. And what we're just beginning to recognize is that our world extends beyond our personal issues. It includes our home. It includes our community, our neighbors, our friends. But it also includes our city, our state, our county, our country, the 7 continents, and outer space. That's our world. See, when we begin to see our world from this viewpoint, we begin to understand how far we still have to go in putting things back together again. So this is step 3. Step 3 is putting our world back together. This is the step that I'm adding this morning. Dr. John Hagelin, even before that, I wanted to just to talk about that, how that whole idea of our world. Years ago, I began to see that we were disconnected. I began to realize that there were monumental disasters going on in third world countries that received only incidental mentions on the news. It was sometimes it almost seemed to be an afterthought. You could have a car crash a block away that was reported for 3 days, and you could have 45,000 people in a third world country that were wiped out by an earthquake or something like that, and it would receive an incidental mention, almost, oh, by the way. Now, this has been a while, but I began to recognize at that point, how could this be? How could it be that we are this disconnected? And then I read something that Dr. John Hagelin, the quantum physicist, said. He said, every civilization is a reflection of its knowledge. Civilization is based upon knowledge, the prevailing paradigm. If you look at the globe today, our rainbow-colored globe, you see arbitrary divisions of nations among people. It is completely random, completely arbitrary, based upon who owned what at what period of time in history. But if someone from the future looks back upon our globe of today, they're going to say, this is a fragmented world based on a fragmented world view. Now, what he's telling us is very important, because what he's telling us is that we have a lot more work to do. He's making us aware that not only have we divided God against itself, not only have we divided our entire, in some issues, health and prosperity against itself and against us, we have also divided our entire world into fragmented pieces. We have drawn lines. We have put up fences. We have erected walls. We have established borders to establish who we are and who we are not. And the lines and the fences and the walls and the borders, we have to recognize all belong to us. We made them. The world wasn't made this way. We made them. So and if you see, I mean, it's hard to miss it. We have created an us and a them mentality. So the third step in realizing the subtlety of duality is in recognizing the necessity of putting our world back together again. Why am I talking about this morning? Because it's time to talk about it. It's time to talk about it. Our world has become very divided. Our world has become very polarized at the same time that we are affirming oneness. How could this be? Unless we really don't recognize how subtle duality is. As I was thinking about this week, I kept remembering a quote that Dr. J used to give us constantly, and it is so profound. And it just kept coming up for me this week. He said, "My highest acceptance of myself must always filter through my lowest opinion of someone else." Pretty good, huh? Yeah, I thought so too. Okay, my highest acceptance of myself must always filter through my lowest opinion of someone else. Now, what he was telling us was also what Jesus has told us in John 12:32, when he said, "And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me." Same thing. In other words, he was telling us that we're all in this together. That's what we're hearing. We're all in this together. And it's not enough to just start seeing ourselves as greater. We have to see the entire world as greater. And we have to recognize that all really does mean all. That means I can't see myself as great and wonderful and then continue to see you as something else. Now here's where it gets a little dicey, because that doesn't just include my family members, my boss, my neighbors, my family. All includes all. It includes heads of states. Not just the head of our country, but the head of Korea, China, Iran, Russia, Cuba, Mexico, Canada, and ad infinitum. It includes all. Think about it as I call out those names. Are you seeing us and them? Or are you recognizing we are one? 2 weeks after 9/11, I went to Korea, Russia, Japan, and China. And I was so touched by the fact that so many people walked up to us as a group